Hello, this is Rogers Redding, National Coordinator of Football Officials, and I'd like to welcome you to the first of the game video reviews for the 2018 season. This year we're going to try something new. We're going to put up a video every week instead of every 2 weeks as we have in the past. And so we'll take plays from the most recent games, probably about 15 or 16 plays for each of these videos, and have them posted here on the website weekly so that you can have some fresh content more often. So I look forward to each of you looking at these videos, learn from them, put yourself in the play situation, and we'll have one of these up every week. So travel safe and have great games this week. This is nice work to pick up the flag on this blocking below the waist call on this running play. You can see that the contact, in fact, is directed from the front. Now, even though the blocker turns his body to the side, he still comes in directly from the front in the 10-2 region. And so the direction of the block is from the front, even though the blocker makes contact with the side of his body. Also notice that the block is not more than 5 yards downfield. That is, it's within that 5-yard band beyond the line of scrimmage. So good job to pick this up on this no foul on blocking below the waist.
There is no foul for a block below the waist. The block was from the front and legal.
Here's a play. After the play is over and the ball is dead, we have flags, which are called unnecessary roughness, on both teams. Now, these are, of course, unnecessary roughness fouls, but because they take place so late after the play is over and are not part of the continuation of the play, these should convert to unsportsmanlike conduct fouls on both players. So we should have unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. And also, in any event, the referee needs to give the number of the player, not just the team. So unsportsmanlike conduct foul should be called on these two unnecessary roughness plays, and the number should be announced. And, of course, these should count as one of the UNS fouls against each of the two players.
Personal foul. After the play is over, there are dead ball fouls by both teams on the play. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense. Those fouls will offset. Down counts, it is second down.
This is a nice alert by our head line judge to make this illegal shift call. You can see that the receiver to the far side of the formation goes in motion at the same time that the slot man on the left side of the formation backs up and resets. Now, even though only one player is moving when the ball is snapped, the fact that both of them went in motion at the same time and never both got reset for a full second makes this a foul for an illegal shift. So good work to get this. It's also a nice job by the referee to make the announcement of both players' numbers, because in order for there to be an illegal shift, obviously there has to be at least two players involved. So good work to get this, and a good announcement by the referee.
An illegal shift by number 87 and number 7 on the offense. The penalty is declined. It's third down.
This is a good alert to get this offensive pass interference. You can see that the wide receiver to the left of the formation, number 2, blocks down on the defensive end who drops back into pass coverage. And then the running back comes up the middle, crosses the line of scrimmage, and cuts off that block to catch the pass. Now, this is probably intended to be a screen pass, but in fact, of course, the fact that the ball crosses the line of scrimmage means that it is a foul for offensive pass interference. You can see this better on one of the replays, where you can see clearly that the wide receiver makes this block downfield. So good work to get this, and a nice job by the referee to explain why this is a foul. This is overall good work.
The ruling on the field is that the pass went beyond the line of scrimmage. Number 2 was blocking downfield. Therefore, we have offensive pass interference against number 2. 15-yard penalty, still third down.
This play gives us an illustration of a targeting foul, the use of the crown of the helmet. Now, this player is hit when he's out of bounds, and he therefore is defenseless. And so this could be a foul either under 913 or under 914. You can see that the defender clearly leads with that crown. And of course, one of the indicators of targeting is to lower the head before attacking by initiating that forcible contact with the crown of the helmet. So good job to get this. Good job of instant replay to fairly quickly confirm this call as a targeting foul.
After review, the ruling of targeting is confirmed. Number 11 is disqualified from the game. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Here's a kickoff play. Nothing special about this at all, other than it is an example of the new rule on the kickoff, where if a player makes a fair catch inside the 25-yard line, then the ball will be placed for the first play from scrimmage at the 25-yard line. So this player makes a fair catch at about the 5 or 6 yard line, and that means that the ball is going to come out to the 25. Just an example of the new rule of this year. Now, I would note that sometimes you'll see a player back near the goal line and making the catch. And last year we would have had to worry about was he in the end zone or out of the end zone when he made the fair catch. This year, of course, it doesn't make any difference. If he's in the end zone, makes a fair catch, or if he's in the field of play, makes a fair catch inside the 25. In both cases, the ball is going to come out to the 25-yard line. So just an example of the new rule for 2018 for a fair catch on the kickoff. This is nice work to get this hands to the face foul on this long running play. You see it pretty well on the line feed, and then after the referee's announcement, you can see it very well on the replay. Number 33 gets his hands up into the face of the offensive lineman and keeps him there, pushing back, keeping that hand in the face. So this is correctly called as a personal foul and correctly tacked on for the penalty at the end of the run. So good job all the way around to get this. Very nice announcement by the referee as well.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 33. 15-yard penalty be added on to the end of the run. First down.
This play gives us an illustration of the new rule for blocking below the waist, which says that it is not legal to block below the waist more than 5 yards downfield. And on this play, you're going to see that the offensive player throws this block about 7 yards downfield, so that makes this an illegal block below the waist. So good job to get this. You get a good look at this on the replay, which clearly shows a block below the waist, and the contact takes place about 7 yards beyond the neutral zone. So good work by the crew to get this under the new rule.
Illegal block below the waist on the offense, number 85, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, replay first down.
We miss a foul for offensive pass interference on this play. The receiver who comes in motion and then sets up on the hash mark, notice that he goes downfield and actually blocks on 2 defenders, and then the player to his inside comes around, cuts off that block, and takes a pass and goes on downfield for a long gain. This is offensive pass interference. Clearly the player who started off at the hash mark comes down and blocks downfield on these 2 defenders, and then the other receiver cuts off that to make the catch. So we got to be alert to this, because this is clearly a case of a pick, offensive pass interference, blocking downfield by a player on a forward pass that crosses the neutral zone. We miss a pretty obvious offensive pass interference foul here. You can see several replays of this where the receiver comes down on a sideline pass and not only touches the defender, but actually just slings him out of the way and then comes back inside to catch the ball. So this should have been called as offensive pass interference. So we have to get this foul. This is one that really gives the offensive player a huge advantage, and that's the reason that the foul is there. So we just need to be alert to get these offensive pass interference fouls, especially in a case like this when it's so obvious. On this punt play, we have a flag for roughing the kicker, which is then picked up because the kicker ran outside the tackle box before kicking the ball. This, of course, is correct by rule, so good job to get this. I would recommend that the referee actually wave the flag to indicate that the foul is being taken away. The reason for this is that sometimes the microphone is not audible in all parts of the stadium and in the press box, so don't simply rely on the microphone. Use the signals that you have to indicate, in this case, waving off a foul. But good job to get this. This is the correct call. Good job by the crew to get together and talk about it so that you get it right and the outcome is exactly correct according to the rule.
For the first 3 games.
The kicker was outside the pocket.
Okay.
This is good work to get roughing the passer on this play. This is a really obvious foul, as you'll see on the replay, where the defender comes in and after the pass is thrown, he takes 2 or 3 steps and then just shoves the passer right in the back. This is really obvious, but we got to get these, and I'm so glad we did. Good announcement by the referee, correctly announcing that the penalty will be tacked on at the end of the run. So good work all around to get this. Good call, good announcement by the referee.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside, defense number 55. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 55. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Good work by our center judge to get this holding foul on this running play. You'll see this on the line feed and see it very well on the replay, where the left guard, number 76, grabs the defender, twists him, and actually just bulldogs him to the ground. So this is good work to get this. This is one of the reasons we have the center judge in the position we do in an 8-man crew, because this is a real obvious call for him, and this is his responsibility. So this is well done. This pass play gives us a classic example of offensive pass interference. The player comes in motion and then sets up in the slot to the left side of the formation, goes out and blocks down on the defender, and then the receiver who catches the ball cuts off that play and catches the pass. So good work to get this. It's an obvious foul, and it's one that we want to get, and we do. Referee, be sure to get the correct number. The wrong number is announced on this play. You might notice also that the last look we have on this play is from the cap cam. That is a camera that the line judge is wearing on his cap. This is an innovation that TV is using in some games to illustrate what things would look like to the official on the field. But in any event, good job to get this offensive pass interference.
With the pick, pass interference. Offense number 2. 15 yards from the previous 5. Repeat third down.
We'll get a flag for an ineligible receiver downfield on this pass play. The ball is tipped, and the announcement is that the flag is waved off, no foul, because the ball was tipped behind the line of scrimmage. However, you can see that the ball is snapped at about the 8-yard line, and the player who tips the ball is at about the 6-yard line, which means he's a couple yards downfield. So this is a pass that crosses the line of scrimmage, and so it should be a foul for an ineligible receiver downfield. That is, we should have stayed with the call and not picked up the flag. So we got to have good concentration on these plays, because the rule is that if the ball crosses the line of scrimmage and the lineman is more than 3 yards downfield, which it is in this case, that's a foul. And in this play, the ball is not touched behind the line. It clearly is touched beyond the line. So we should have stayed with the flag for an ineligible receiver being downfield.
Call. No foul for ineligible receivers downfield. The ball was tipped behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.